Hi everybody, and thank you for being a part of Friday's show. It's been a beautiful 12th day of August out there, and we are in store for a beautiful, albeit early fall weekend. However, before I can leave you for that, we have a number of topics to cover. McGoffin County saw its highest number of cases of COVID this week compared to the last several. The state of Kentucky has another confirmed case of monkeypox. We'll see how many Commonwealth currently has confirmed and talk about that. We'll talk with the lead investigative deputy from the Johnson County Sheriff's Department about what appears to be an ongoing investigation, possibly leading to a determination of a murder-suicide situation involving a father and his daughter, the 12-year-old who did not survive. We'll have as much detail on that as I can share with you in just a few moments. With that said, I'll be right back after a word or two.
The coverage you need when you need it most. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank.
I'm Kelly Collins from Golden Law Office. I began my legal career in Lexington, representing some of the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided me with the inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will prepare to defend your case. I'm now taking that knowledge and returning to my hometown in eastern Kentucky to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Welcome back. On last night's program, I had some information from Johnson County Sheriff Doug Saylor. He was asking for the public's help in finding the whereabouts of a missing 12-year-old girl from Johnson County. I did not know at that time that her missing status was actually something that was discovered for an ongoing investigation that began yesterday morning. An investigation that began when her father was found lying near lifeless on a strip job in Johnson County, believed to have been beaten severely by the individuals who discovered him, later determined to have been inflicted by what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Johnson County Sheriff's Deputy Tim Clark was gracious enough to literally pause for just a moment in between the execution of a search warrant in that case. Search warrant, I believe, pertaining to the vehicle that belongs to Stacy Collins, the Johnson County man who is still alive at this hour. The father of the 12-year-old girl who was found shot to death on the same strip job miles from where he was yesterday evening.
I got a call yesterday morning, basically a person going to service a gas well on a strip job up in Mr. Holler, Manly. He'd run onto a man that was laying in the road, and he made a call to 911 dispatch and reported that the man looked like he had been beat up severely due to some of the injuries that was on the person's face, and you can see blood and stuff on the person's body. So myself and Bill Mead responded to the scene, and we got EMS on the way, and during the assessment from EMS crews, they rolled him over to get him checked out and located a gunshot wound to the bottom of the chin of the male subject. We suspect that it's self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's what it appears to be, and that's what everything appears to match up with the injuries and so forth. After leaving the scene, we had talked to the male subject's mother, and she brought it to our attention that she didn't know where his juvenile daughter was. So we began making phone calls and going to different residents and so forth to try to find this daughter, because it appeared that nobody knew where she was at. After we exhausted all of our resources of different residents and things, trying to locate this female, we decided that we was going to coordinate a search of the area at the strip job where her father was found laying in the road. What led us to believe that he may have had the juvenile with him at one point in time was inside of his vehicle, which was located close to where he was found. There was a backpack that belonged to a child that was going to school, had her school books and so forth in it. And there's some other disturbing information that was passed on to the sheriff through the mother. That was the stuff that was transmitted on social media, on Messenger, back and forth between the mother of that child and the father. And one thing led to another. We began getting our search and everything ready for emergency personnel to search the area where he was last located, and also we suspected that maybe she had been in that area. Before the search was actually conducted, there was a male and female that was driving through the area, unrelated to this case, and they had located a small juvenile laying in the roadway, and it was obvious that she was deceased. So we responded to that location, which was on the other side of the strip job where her dad was found, and began our investigation over there. And the female, she's been sent to Frankfurt for an autopsy, and it's a real sad scene. Disturbing. It's really disturbing for me to really even talk about it.
Tim, what can you tell me about the condition of the male?
As far as I know, he's in the hospital. They had transferred him to UK. He was initially taken to Highlands ARH in Christiansburg. The last last information that we got, that he was still alive and he was responding to some commands, and it's about far as the information that I've got on it so far.
I know you can't give me any details, Tim, but just in a general statement, I know the investigation's ongoing. What are you guys in the process of at this time and for the rest of the foreseeable future?
We're gonna aggressively pursue this case to the end. There's no doubt it's going to become a criminal charges. We're going to be executing some search warrants within the next few minutes, getting more evidence on this particular case.
Deputy Clark confirmed to me that Stacy Collins, seen here, was first taken to the Highlands ARH Medical Center, stabilized enough for air transport, and then was taken to the University of Kentucky, where, as you heard him say at last report, was alive and responsive to some degree. This after being found in the middle of the gravel road on Millers Creek in Van Leer from what is being investigated as a self-inflicted gunshot wound. While at the opposite end of that strip job, some 2 to 3 miles, that is where other individuals unrelated to the search, or I believe to the family, found the body of his daughter, who had been killed, we also believe, by a gunshot wound. She had been last seen by family the day before. I'll be right back after the break.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Check out the latest in savings on new sets of tires and vehicle maintenance at Conley's, like $150 back on Goodyears, $120 back on Bridgestones, and big deals on Firestone, Hankook, General, and more. All with perfect snap-on balancing, and where they only charge $35 for state-of-the-art computer diagnostics to fix exactly what you need and get you back on the road. On the web at conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville. A COVID update and a monkeypox update. What a world we live in. Numbers from the Montgomery County Health Department show the highest case count for a week's time in a number of weeks. Also a new updated map out from the state today as well. I showed you a few of these numbers earlier in the week, but now with the 7-day period that I keep count, Saturday through Friday, we have some finite numbers that show that this week has been one of the worst we've had in a few weeks. Real quickly, top right, our peak back in January, 274 a week here in Montgomery County. And then that dwindled down to 16 by the middle and end of March per week, and we hovered there for a while. Got back up to 20, 30 a week. We've hovered around 45, 55 or so. 57 last week, but this week, over to the left, 13 cases over the last weekend, 2 Monday, but 23 on Tuesday, 8 Wednesday, 12 Thursday, and another 13 today confirmed by the Montgomery County Health Department. Tallies 71 for the week, so the highest in a number of weeks, a few months actually here, I believe, for Montgomery County. And keep in mind, as with all counting on the local, state, and federal level, with the large number of at-home tests and non-reporting to health departments, that is nowhere close to the actual number. And in fact, we have seen as well, as I told you on Monday, the positivity rating for the state of Kentucky went back up. It had fell by a few tenths or points, down to 17.89 after being at about 19.5 or so. But as of Monday of this week, it was updated to be almost 18.5%, and it had gone back up. That number will be updated again on this coming Monday. Meanwhile, we do have an updated map for the state of Kentucky, and it essentially, while there is some change to it, it is largely similar to the one that I had for you on last report. We've been right around 80 counties, give or take, in the red now for the past number of weeks, anywhere between 80, 81, 79 today, for example, some changing back and forth. We have seen some fluctuation and still have some green introduced into this map, which we've had now for a couple of weeks, which we hadn't had for several. A total of, it looks as though 11 green counties right now, 30 in yellow, and then, as I said, 79 in the red. So still a lot of COVID going around. With the CDC recognizing at the same time, however, that, quote, we're in a stronger place today as a nation, more tools, vaccinations, boosters, treatments to protect ourselves and our communities from severe illness from COVID. And in lieu of that, and the fact they also have a better understanding on how to protect people from being exposed to the virus, like wearing high-quality masks and testing and improved ventilation, the guidance that has now been issued and revamped by the CDC acknowledges that the pandemic is not over, but it also helps us, they say, move to a point where COVID is no longer severely disrupting our daily lives. So, in support of that update, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is continuing to promote the importance of being up to date with vaccination to protect against serious illness, hospitalization, and death. They say that protection provided by current vaccine against symptomatic infection and transmission is less than that against severe disease, and it diminishes over time, especially against the currently circulating variants. And for that reason, it is very important to stay up to date, especially as new vaccines become available. They also say that updating their guidance for people who are not up to date on COVID vaccines on what to do if they're exposed to someone with COVID, well, that's consistent with the existing guidance that's already out there for people who are up to date on their vaccine. So they're recommending that instead of quarantining, if you are exposed to COVID-19, you wear a high-quality mask, not one of the thin ones, but an N95 rather, for 10 days. Get tested on day 5. And reiterating that regardless of your vaccination status, you should isolate from others when you have COVID-19, and also isolate if you are sick and suspect that you have COVID-19 but don't have the test result to prove it as of yet. They also say recommending that if you test positive for COVID-19, they say you must stay at home for 5 days and isolate from others in your home. Wear a high-quality mask if you do so, because you're likely most infectious during that first 5 days. So put yourself in at least a 5-day isolation period. And regardless of when you end isolation, avoid being around people who are more likely to get very sick from COVID-19 until at least 11 days out. And wear a high-quality mask throughout that entire time period as well. On the heels of that, the CDC, real quickly, reiterating, I think, what we've known for quite some time, but as time goes along, we have further proof of it. At-home tests are not reliable. They request and recommend that you use many of them and not just one if you have any reason to think that you might have COVID or feel like it or been exposed. The FDA says that at-home rapid antigen tests have false negatives more often than not, more often than those PCR tests which you get at the hospital and which are very accurate. At-home tests are less accurate, without a doubt. You can take a test too early after you've been exposed. You'll get a false negative, especially if a person has no symptoms. And you might just be spreading it thinking that you don't have it when indeed you tested too early or the test just wasn't accurate. You can believe an at-home test if it's positive. You can't if it's negative. So now the FDA advises that people who plan to use at-home tests use several of them 48 hours apart. For people with symptoms, test at home and you get a negative result even though you think something doesn't feel right. Wait 48 hours, isolate, test again, and then test another 48 hours if you still have symptoms or any other reasons to think that you have COVID. And then there's monkeypox. 12 cases now, I do believe, with the revelation from the Montgomery County Health Department just earlier today, confirmed here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, this as the world and the WHO tries to understand why some of the cases of monkeypox, none in the United States, but a small number, have proven to be fatal. Out of the tens of thousands of cases of monkeypox that have been confirmed across the globe or around the globe, there have been a number of deaths linked to the virus. Many of them outside of Africa, countries where the virus doesn't usually spread, none of them in the United States. Right now, about 31,000 cases of monkeypox have been reported around the world since the first of the year. Just over 10,000 here in the United States, so about a third. The WHO's latest data says there have been 2 monkeypox deaths in Spain, 1 in Brazil, 1 in Ecuador, 1 in India, some other countries I believe as well. So far, none, as I said, in the United States. A report on the first cases in the United States said that out of about 1,000 patients for whom information was available, about 1 in 12 in the U.S., or about 8%, had to be hospitalized. They say that people at higher risk for severe monkeypox infections include people with advanced HIV, since their immune function may be compromised, pregnant people, young children, infants, people with eczema, and atopic dermatitis. The CDC recommending that people who fall into those groups be considered for antiviral therapies, including an experimental treatment called TPOXX, which is being given to monkeypox patients as part of a clinical trial. While meanwhile in Kentucky, as you see, 11 cases still on the CDC's website for the state of Kentucky. However, the Montgomery County Health Department confirming that they have their first case, I believe it is, of monkeypox. This coming out just earlier today. Says the case has been investigated and resolved, and at this time there is no known community transmission. The health department also saying that they will not release any additional demographic information relating to this case to protect the individual's privacy. The press release also goes on to say that monkeypox can be spread, of course, by direct contact, as we know, with rash, scabs, or bodily fluids of a person with monkeypox, and direct contact can further be defined by physical contact like skin to skin, face to face, kissing, sex, or touching bedding, clothing, towels, or other objects that have been touched by an infected person's skins or bodily fluids. I've got your calendar coming up in a few moments. I think several special announcements tonight. We like birthdays around here, so we'll get to that in a few moments.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy. The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service. And the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
Calendars, mostly birthday announcements tonight. I love it. Let's start with this one. Happy birthday, Rita Hall, from your big brother, Rita. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rita Hall, from your big bro. Happy birthday tonight to Gracie Kinney. Love your sister. Love your family. Love your friends, Gracie. Gracie Kinney, happy birthday to you. And one last one tonight says, love Dad and love Jackie. Birthday wishes tonight going out to Joey Salyer. Happy birthday to you, Joey. Happy birthday to you all. Just making sure I didn't have any more. I don't think I did. With that said, tomorrow's going to be a wonderful horse show. I've been down there today watching a lot of things that are going on. The horse park is beautiful, and they've got more coming as well. But a big show tomorrow, hosted by the Masonic Lodge in Sagersville in support of raising money for the Coats for Kids project. It is tomorrow night, 7:30, $5 to get in, but kids 12 and under, they get in for free. Wonderful concessions. They've really redone the whole place. It's really nice. Wonderful sound, Wi-Fi, everything. They've got 28 classes. Everything you need to know was right there in front of you. You'll have a wonderful time. Weather's going to be great. And Monday evening, 5 to 8, where you want to be? Well, you want to be at the District 3 Fire Department to walk in and carry out a wonderful fish dinner. Fish fries, puppies, slaw, just $8. Add a drink for just $1. Carry out only 5 to 8, a big fundraiser, and they do it well. They do it perfect. They're probably known worldwide, I think, legitimately, for their fish fries. I may not be known worldwide for my community calendar announcements, but I'm known. I know it, at least. So when you have something you want everyone else to know, tell me. And they will know it too. I'll be right back.
Stop in at Prohibition today. We have hot coffee, iced coffees, frappuccinos. If you're not a fan of coffee, we have non-coffee beverages like Freshies or Red Bull Kickers. Stop in today for a pup cup, whipped cream and dog treats designed specifically for your pup to make their tails wag. Try our delicious donuts from Gracefully Made Donuts, cheesecake and brownies from our local cheesecake lady, and an assortment of other delicious pastries from Rutabaker's Bakery in Moorhead. Stop in or drive through. We're open till 8 p.m. every day, located on the Parkway next to Appalachian Smoke.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Keywords right now at the seasonal shop, new arrivals. They've got new fall shorts and more coming in soon, but they're already fully stocked on cello jeans and cutoffs, and they're now carrying Hornet football, hats, tees, and sweatshirts just in time for the season, and all proceeds go to the Magoffin County Quarterback Club, plus new Ridge and Holler designs, some that need no explanation, and a complete new line of fall baby clothes. And remember, they have baby and wedding registry. They also have a new line by Capri Blue where fashion meets fragrance. Amazingly pleasing scents across a line of candles, diffusers, soaps, lotions, and perfumes for home, car, and the bath. And right now, and just before school, all summer clothes are 50% off this week at the seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville. All right, last order of business is a good one. We haven't ended on a good note weather-wise, and I don't know how long, so it's a very welcome sight. Beautiful weather out there today, and for tomorrow, and some shower chances, working their way back in before the end of your weekend, but, by comparison, pretty nice, right?
So for the rest of your Friday, the 12th day of August, mostly clear. We'll bottom out around 54, rather comfortable, cool degrees tonight. A little fire outside, a little light jacket, sounds pretty nice. Mostly clear skies and a light northeasterly wind, about 5-6 miles per hour, so becoming calm. For your tomorrow, look for a little AM fog in the early part of your Saturday. We'll hit close to 80, but maybe not quite at 79. Around 64 lows tomorrow night. After that fog, a lot of sun. Beautiful skies, comfortable conditions, nothing more than partly cloudy tomorrow night. And your Sunday might have a shower, a chance in it or two, but it's not all that bad. Bear with me. 78 degrees. Partly sunny skies. Slight shower chances, maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon or so. They do increase to 50% chance later on during the night, and then shower chances kind of hang around thereafter, but still not all that bad. So 78 partly sunny. Shower chances the latter half of your Sunday. Monday partly sunny again, and some shower chances. Tuesday nil, none whatsoever, just mostly sunny. 78 perfect on your Tuesday. Which, by the way, just giving you a little heads up, that's move-in day at the University of Kentucky, and that's where I'll be getting Andrew back to school. I hate even saying it. I hate being gone for that day, but I don't want to take him back. Just to be honest. Shower chances work their way back into the forecast the rest of the week, only slightly, 20% across the board, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Temperature still 78 to 80, 81 at most, anywhere in the 7-day. I mean, it's definitely not summer-like conditions. So some sun and some shower chances to wrap up all the way through Friday.
During the break, I made a quick check just to see if there was anything new in the situation with the ongoing investigation into the death of the Johnson County little girl, Stacia Collins, the suspected self-inflicted gunshot wound that her dad suffered, and the relationship between the two still being investigated as a possible murder-homicide situation. Nothing new to report at this hour. I'll have more on that on Monday. So with that said, I'll wrap it up for this Friday. Thank you for being a part of the show. As you saw, beautiful weekend in store weather-wise, and I hope to see you back here after that for more of Your News Today. Next Monday. For now, thanks for watching.